It's time for another gardening and preserving 101. Today I'm working with peaches, and I'm actually in a commercial kitchen. I'm also making jam today for Mam's Hot Jam. So I'm doing two things and thought I'd walk you through the process of putting up peaches. Now, I don't grow my own peaches. I purchased these from my local farmer's market. They come in half bushel baskets, and you can see the basket right there. Those are actually a little too hard still, so they need to ripen a little before we put those up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash them, and I'm going to cut out any bad spots. So like this one here had a bad spot in it. This one was about half of it was bad, but the rest of them were really good. I'm also going to score them. You can see this here, see that line right there? I'm going to score those, and there's a reason for that, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And then I'm going to rinse them off. When I do this at home, I just use a big bowl, or I use my sink to rinse them off with. Here I've got, a nice deep casserole dish. Again, this isn't in a commercial kitchen. So after I've rinsed them, I'm going to take them in a bowl over here to the stove, and I've got some pots of water boiling right here and here, and I'm just going to start dropping these down in. And what this is going to do is it's going to lightly cook the outside of the peach, and it will loosen the skin on it so that it's easy for me to pull the skin off. Now, once that's done, and they've been in there for 60 seconds, which this one right here has been, I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to put it in a colander, which I will then take it over and put it in a container of ice water to cool it down. Now, my container of ice water, the ice is melted, but at this point I've got a container here that's full of nice cool water and peaches that have been cooked. And let me show you this. So here's the skin. It just slips off really easily like that. Pick your finger up underneath it, and you can peel that peach. Woo! A little bit of water in your face there. So that's how we peel the peaches. And then I'm gonna, of course, here's the refuse from the peels, and I'm gonna toss them over here to this bowl, and I do this at home as well. And while I'm in this bowl, I'm just gonna cut all the way around. So here we go. I'm gonna cut this way, and then I'm just gonna cut slices. And because of the fact that they've been in a little bit of boiling water, and these are what we call freestone peaches, they come off really easily off of the pit. There we go. Throw the pit in the refuse, and then I'm going to fill jars with them. Okay, so here's a jar in the process of being filled. So I'm going to use this scoop to scoop them in and put them in like that, and we'll kind of push them down. Okay, so you can see there, I've pushed them down, and we're going to leave this head space here. Now, what I use for syrup is actually white grape peach juice. That's my preference, as opposed to using a bunch of sugar. So I'm just going to pour that in. See if I can do this with... Pour that in up to about there. And now my fingers are slick, so it's tricky. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to push this down through. And you buy this when you buy a canning set. This comes oftentimes with a canning set. So you're just trying to get all of the air pockets out. Next, I'm going to go over here and rinse my hands off. Okay. So next, what we're going to want to do is, I've got two jars here, and I'm just going to wipe them down. Usually I would use a napkin, but I'll use my finger for right now and just wipe them down and make sure we don't have any peach refuse on the lip, and also make sure that there are no breaks or cracks on the lid. Okay, and then here again, I've got a commercial kitchen, but I would use either a pot of hot water or my own dishwasher at home, and I would keep my sterilized jars in there and my rings as well. So I'm going to pull out a ring, and I'm going to put that on like there, tighten it down until it's good and tight. And then we're gonna walk this over here. And I've got a pot of water that's just beginning to get warm. It's not hot, it's not boiling. And I'm gonna put that in there. This pot will hold 7 jars, and those 7 jars will need to be covered with at least a ½ inch of water, and I'll bring them to a boil, and I'll let them boil for 30 minutes to process, and then I'll take them out, and as they cool, the jars will seal, and I will have canned peaches for my children, which they love to eat. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. This is Gardening 101 from Misty Mountain Garden and preserving as well. And I hope that you guys are blessed and have a great day. Thanks.